Morning guys, Moon here. Today I want to talk about my, well, Chaos Lich in disguise we today identify as a warrior, and it's working kinda well, even though half of my ascendancy is bugged and does not work. So the thing is that I'm summoning totems and we should spawn ancestral warriors, spirits, but don't do that because the game says we don't do that, and it's just a bug node right now, it just doesn't work at all. So the build will only get stronger with the coming patches and fixes, hopefully. So I have played for a couple of hours now. We are at about 1 day and 6 hours and 52 minutes played, and we are in tier 15 maps. The background, you're seeing a tier 14 map, the second tier 14 map I have done so far, and it's a bit of a rough one, I do have to be honest, because, well, I didn't estimate the power of the Asmeri spirits very well. However, it's still going very good, especially for the gear state we are in. I have mostly crafted my stuff myself, I've just bought some crafting materials, and barely have bought any items aside from the shield. We're running Swirling for the block chances lucky, and that is working pretty well so far. I still am not block capped, so there's a lot of stuff to go for still, but overall I'm very happy with how the character looks right now. Gameplay wise, it's very close to the Lich I have played last season, but I wanted to give it a new code and test it as a warrior without the spirit stacking and with just, well, actually strong spellcaster weapons for damage. Even though later on I noticed spirit stacking has been, I'm actually not sure if it has been buffed, but the totem costs spirit wise have been reduced, which makes spirit totems pretty good right now, I do think. However, you will still, if you're spirit stacking, have a worse weapon and a worse offhand, so it still is very worth to try different variation. So let's take a look at the actual character. For the weapon, we are using a plus chaos wand. You can also use just a plus spell wand. Then you want damage, cast speed, or the general stuff on there. For the shield, as I said, we are running a Swirling. I still am not sure what exactly I do want in the cast and block setup. Right now I'm just running another Contagion Ascent strain to trigger if I'm in a, well, bad situation, but maybe you have a good idea. If you have a good idea for this one, let me know in the comments. And let's take a look at my body armor. My body armor is quite an interesting piece because I have played around with the 6 Abyss mod Omens, which was quite a bit of fun. We made a couple of items and this body is one of them. It's actually quite a decent body. I wouldn't say it's top tier, especially because it has like tier 5, tier 3, tier 2, like not even a single tier 1 mod. But it does look pretty good, and I do think these 6 mod Abyss Omens do have quite some potential and can be pretty fun. For the amulet, we are running an Isle of Uldrun. I did drop it in like Act 2, I do think, and from then on I always kept using it because it does give us +1 effigy. If guess, does it actually give him mana temp? Cannot. Yeah. But we can have like 1 more spore pod and everything, you know? It's pretty cool, and we'll probably take it off at some point when we switch it for like plus skill, life, cast speed, amulet or something in that direction, but currently it's just a huge damage boost, so we're, well, very much inclined to keep it. And we have gloves with just some resistances on there and some energy shield I don't really use, and some life. We have belt with life and resistances, boots with life, resistances, move speed, some strength. Then we have 2 rings with actually, this one doesn't have cast speed, I just noticed. We have 1 ring with cast speed, 1 ring without cast speed. There's some resistances, not even life on one of them. We have a helmet. Helmet is actually pretty good. Again, crafted with the Abyss mods, a dual resistance, a chaos resistance, another resistance, and then 2 very strong life mods. Also a lot of armor on it, just a very, very good helmet here. The only mod that is very much dead for us is Curse Rating here. Then for our offhand, we have a Widow Hail rearguard setup. This just gives a lot of block and armor while we are doing our curse shenanigans and our vine arrow shenanigans, so that we still are block capped well, like our offense does actually have more block here. We are at 63 only. But if we hit the 75, which we'll do when we do either hit Vigilance, or if we can actually activate our Ascendancy and get block from there, because one of the spirits that we can summon gives block. So that would have our block as well. But while at the skill tree, we are running Renless Training and Turtle Charm for 75 max block and take 20% of the damage from blocked hits. And Swollen does have 18%, so currently we are taking 38% of the hits we are blocking. That's why ultimately you want a pretty well corrupted Swollen. So you don't have to run Swollen, there are some other options, like I think another great option actually Surrender, which gives 4% life on block. This would be another very, very nice defensive option for the build. And then the third option I do think is pretty useful is the Max Throttle, but it gives Everlasting Sacrifice, and we don't really use our energy shield a lot, so we can as well sacrifice it for maximum resistances. Another option would be Sapphire's Frame probably, but yeah. There are a couple of interesting options you can run. But actually Sapphire's Frame not got another one, but yeah. There are a couple of options you can run. And then I'm running Answered Call for the +1 summon totems, which means with Idol of Uldorn and the Answered Call, we do have 3 totems. And we could use 1 support gem for +1 totem as well, but currently I don't really feel like I need it. And then we have Wooden Wall, which gives 20% of damage, is taken from the totem's life. This combined with Volley Block makes us very, very endurable against hits. Though Abyss does have some strong dots, which are kind of annoying right now, so I'm not sure how I want to deal with that yet, but it's somewhat of a concern. So I haven't really picked up any charms yet, so maybe we'll find something there. Then we go up here, pick out the Chaos Nodes, and that's pretty much where the tree lies right now. I do think about taking out pretty much everything up like here probably, because we do need Whispers of Doom. Though there actually is a variation where we can run without Whispers of Doom, because there's a support gem that makes 1 support ignore curse limit, and we can probably use that, but then we could like pretty much take out everything here and just go for more little northwest for more northeast center tree to get some more direct spell damage boost to not only push chaos damage but also the other damage types we're getting, because we're getting a lot of lightning damage and then we're getting some cold damage here and there. So just generic spell damage would in theory be a bit better, but I'm not sure how we want to scale it. It's just the tree I have been running with for leveling and for what's going right now, so overall very cool, works pretty well. With the gems we are running a whole lot of empty slots. We have Cast on Block with Contagion, Essence Drain, Boundless Enemy, Periodic Freeze. As I said, I'm not sure what exactly I want to have in here. If you have a good idea, let me know. Then we have Contagion with Magnified Area, Chaotic Freeze, Efficiency, Sense Drain with Swift Deflection, and Casting. Some of these are the one because I never bothered upgrading them, and now I don't have support gems anymore. Probably will have to upgrade some of these at some point. Then we have Dark Effigy, the most important one. We are running Relentless Propulsion for higher cast, for higher projectile speed, to just have more hits. Honestly, it's just you don't always need it, and you could on some boss fights, especially the later ones, take out the projectile speed for damage support. But I do really think it's good. Then we have Zenith 2. This one actually, I'm not sure if I really like it, but there is not so many support gems we can take, so probably +1 limit would be one I might consider. Then we have Control Destruction for 25% more hit damage, though we cannot do critical strikes, and I'm actually not sure if I want to keep this due to some random hits and shocks and everything. Well, yeah, I'm not sure yet, because I do feel like we cannot really shock right now, which is annoying. And then we have Urgent Totems. This one is crazy. Like, it gives 100 cast speed, cast speed, but 100 totem placement speed. And actually I wanted to take out as a reach and totem placement speed here because I'm using it, but I just haven't done so yet. It's a really good support actually, like you're getting your totem so quickly and it gives 20% cast speed. Just very, very good. Then we have the spare with Decaying Hex, Ritualistic Curse, Cursed Ground, and Efficiency 2. With Withered Presence, with Prolonged Duration, Blasphemy with Temp Chains, Ritualistic Curse, Magnified Area, and Clarity. With Divine Arrow with Rapid Attack, Slow Potency, Acrimony. Last but not least, we have Mana Tempest with Arcane Surge, and Lightning Mastery. The Shockwave Totem I just had there to test if it was spawning my ancestors, but it does not, so we dropped. But yeah, that's pretty much everything there is to the build right now, and pretty much everything I wanted to talk for this start video. Not really too specific, but the general outline of the build should be fairly clear. And yeah, so all I have to say is thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.